Yes, in this video, we'll be looking at road signs in the UK. These are signs that are driver friendly. It is no longer a news that UK has one of the best road network, one of the best road transport network in the whole wide world. And this is the reason why there are no accident rates. This is one of the reasons why there is minimal accident rates in the UK. That people you drive between point A to point B, say 5 minutes or 2 minutes without seeing road signs. Few ways with which UK has assisted the drivers to reduce the rate of accidents in the country. Let's take you on this journey. I'm live and direct at Attile Gardens. This is a major road. You can see the major road. We have a car coming from both sides, and there is a street. You can see this street by the right hand side. You can see a white vehicle going into that street. Now let's look at this sign. There's a sign on the floor here. What does this sign means? This sign with the double dotted line, what it means is that for the vehicles coming out from this street from my right hand side, they need to stop. They must not go beyond these two dotted lines before joining the major road. This is one of the ways with which UK has made it possible such that drivers don't just go from a street into the main road, thereby causing accidents. Is a law, is an order, is a directive that which every drivers must comply with. We'll be waiting here for some few minutes. Let's see any car that will be coming out from this street into the major road. Let's see if they will wait. Well, let's see whether they will wait or they will just bump into the major road. This is something that has caused a whole lot of accidents in Nigeria. Where I have a car coming. Let's see if he's going to wait. You can see he's waiting. He must wait and check that the major road is free before he goes into the major road. You can see that is that about the right. Let's just wait again to see for another vehicle coming. Let's say anytime a vehicle is coming from probably a smaller street into a major road, once you see this line, they must wait and observe both left and right before they go into the major road. That is still the major road. You see cars going and coming. I'm waiting for another car to come. And one thing you can see, we have this two dotted line is for cars coming from the street joining the major road. And if you check here, it's just a single dotted line. What that means is for cars coming from the major road, that is your lane. For you to go in from the major road to the small road, you have to maintain that line. The other single line is for cars coming from the major road into the streets. We are still waiting for cars coming into the streets or going out of the streets. And you can also see on the road, you can see the mark. This mark on the road, it says 20. What that means is that if you are coming into the streets, you can't do more than 20 kilometers per hour. That is your speed limit. They've got speed limits in every street, in every of their major road. This is something that we do not have in Nigeria, hence reason why we have several head-on collision accidents in Nigeria. We have a car coming now. Let's see if the car will observe this same law. You see, the car is not moving past the two dotted line. He's waiting. You can see the other vehicle has given him a chance, which was why he had to enter into the major road. But in Nigeria, everyone coming from the street into the major road will want to take the other person by surprise, by chancing them. That is that. Let's go to check for another road sign. Thank you. The funny thing about UK is that they've got narrow roads. Their roads are not big, their roads are small. Even as small as the roads are, there are double parking because the government generates revenue from parking. That's their major source of income generation in the UK. Parking and fines. You can see the road is small, yet they have double parking because you have to pay. There's a park and pay policy in the UK. Let's say I want to take you to check one of the signs again. There is one of the signs is what we call priority. Priority. You can see the road is very narrow, and yet there is double parking. But with the double parking, you will hardly see traffic because everything is planned. Like I mentioned to you earlier, there is always sign on the road intimating drivers of direction or warning them of danger ahead. So in this road now, in this road where I am, the road is very narrow, yet we have double parking. Let me show you a sign. This sign I want to show you now is called the priority. Priority. You can see one of the arrow is on red while another one is on black. So what this means is that for vehicles coming from where I am now, for the vehicles coming from where I am now, they have less priority. They must give way for the vehicles coming from the opposite direction. Let me show you so you can see. This is where I am. The vehicles where I am now, their color code is red. That means that they have less priority. You can see the road is narrow, it can't take two at that point. The road is narrow, it can't take two vehicles going and coming in opposite direction. So one vehicle must go before the other one goes. But where I am now, any vehicle coming from where I am now has less priority to the one coming from opposite direction. So that is a road sign. But in Nigeria, we do not have any of such priority. Everyone wants to take the other one by surprise. Everyone wants to take the other. Everyone will start claiming ownership and rights that does not exist. Check now. I just want to wait till when we have a bit of congestion. You see how all the road users will have courtesy. All the drivers have been trained before they got their license to have courtesy to fellow road user. I'm waiting. You can see. You can see what's going to happen now. See, you can see this car where I am has waited. He's still waiting because the other ones have priority over him. See, he's waiting. See, he's waiting for the other side because we have less priority here. See all of them waiting here. See them waiting. Now the road is clear. It's going. Can you see? That is how a country that is working, a country that has futuristic plan, that is how they run their system. There won't be traffic. If something like this happen where we have a narrow road, where a road that can take only one car at a time, there would have been traffic. The traffic would have backlogged for more than 2 hours. The traffic would have backlogged to say 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers behind. But see where a system that works. We are back on the video again. See, you will see how they will wait. They will start. You can see this is where I am. You can see the cars waiting. The other ones have priority over us. You can see them waiting for each other without creating nuisance, without causing any accidents. This is a country that works. This is a country that works. We are appealing to our government, to the Minister of Transportation, to DG of Road Safety Corps, to come up with policies like this that will reduce the impact of traffic on our road. This road where I am now is very, very narrow. Majority of the roads in the UK, they are very narrow, and yet they have double parking because government wants to make money from that small road. And even with the double parking, yes, there's also what is called double yellow lines. This is double yellow line. double yellow line. What does the double yellow line stands for? On no condition should your car be parked, or should the tire of your car be found on the yellow, should be found or parked on the yellow line. You can see this yellow line. Let me see. As you can see, the double yellow line is on a bend. On a bend. Just imagine in Nigeria, you will have cars parked at the bend of a street. And when you have cars parked at the bend of a street, it makes it difficult for a car that is trying to access that bend. A moving car, it makes it very difficult, thereby causing backlog of traffic. You can see, they knew if you park at this bend, it's going to cause traffic. Its chances that it will cause accident is more. So they put that double yellow line such that nobody parks there. Like I mentioned before, we have 2 double parking in every street, because you park and you pay. But you will never see anyone parking on the yellow line. You can see cars are parked. Everywhere, anywhere you can park and pay, there's always a line. You can see they've mapped out the line. You can see the white lines. So you don't park outside of the white dotted line. You can only park where you have the white line. The double yellow, please do not park on it. You can see this is entrance to one street. You can see the double yellow. You can't park on it. This another one. You dare not park. You can see the 2 dotted line I talked about. A car is trying to access. He had to wait. He checked left and right before he goes into the major road. Let's move. You can see I'm in another street. You can see cars parked. They parked within the confine of the white lines. Their parking does not exist. You can see the yellow line. Nobody is parking here. No, but everything is planned. You don't just park anywhere. If you park at the corner, or at the corner piece, there's bound to be traffic. It's going to cause traffic. So they put yellow lines, double yellow lines, such that nobody parks. See, this is bump. They have a bump, I think we call speed bumps that limit speed. It's called speed limiter. But before you get there, they would have given you sign so that you can slow down, that there's a bump. So everywhere where there's a bump that reduce the speed of the drivers, you will see sign. You see the square, and they put sign on it, such that every driver becomes aware that there's a bump and they will slow down. Thank you. You can see these are parking spaces on the road. You can see the line. So you can only park within this line. You must not park to exit the line. If you do that, it's a violation, it's a red flag, which must not be done. More so, in their plan, they run an inclusive transport plan that brings everybody on board, that thinks about everybody regardless of your physical impairments. They knew that chances are that we could have 1 or 2 or 3 disabled in every street. So there is a car parking space for any disabled person. You can see this is a car park. Again, this is another line where you can park. This is specifically reserved for a disabled driver. So you don't just come and be dragging road with anybody. You can see outside this line we have the 2 double yellow. You dare not park on these double yellow lines under any guise for whatever reason. It's a non-compliance here, and it attracts a fine. You can see the yellow line. You dare not park. You can see lines everywhere. You can see lines everywhere. This another street. Look at another. This another street I have here. This is another street. You can see the two dotted lines. Anybody coming from this street to access the bigger streets, you must wait. Your tire must not exit that double dotted line. You must wait there, check through the left and right before you join the normal road. And the street has a speed limit of 20 as well. You can see this is another road bump that limits speed. You can see there's a sign on the road. You can still see in the same street where I am, you can see the line where people can park, but you park and you pay. See the other side too, park and pay. The streets are always very narrow, but yet they put control in place such that there will never be any traffic. In Lagos, if you have double parking alone, there's going to be a lot of traffic because the town planners, the road safety and the rest, they are not doing enough as they should do. You can see I'm in another street. You can see in every street that leads to the normal road, there's always a road sign. Road sign in every street. Yes, hello. As you can see, you can see the road. You see that double red line? That double red line, you must. Can you see the double red lines? The double red lines, your cars must not be parked on that red line, the double red line, for no reason. Your cars must not be parked on the double red line for any reason on earth. They seize cars, they crush the car. If your car is found parked on these red lines, your car is immediately taken to factory for crushing. The UK they've got zero tolerance for cars parking on the double red lines. You can see. Why are we saying, in essence, the UK government spent so much money, they invested so much money on instruction, on painting signs on the road and putting signs at designated signposts just to give direction and to give warning of dangers ahead to drivers. You can see. You can see we have an arrow going towards the left, an arrow going straight, which tells the driver that you can either turn right, you can go straight. These are what they do in the UK that we don't do in Nigeria and other parts of Africa. That is the reason why you see majority of our drivers missing their routes in Africa, because there is no clear direction, there is no clear instruction given to drivers on the way. You can still see the double red light the double red light. You can see the road is numbered. There's A1020, there's N2020. You can see the numbers on the road. It gives you an instruction of where you go. Every road, every line in the UK, every line on the UK road has got number. The number is just like a pilot. It gives a driver indication on where you need to go. So even if you do not have a Google map, even if you do not understand the destination, if you are following the numbers, you can never miss your route. You can see here now we have green. Can you see that by the left hand side? Can you see the green color on the road is meant, that portion of the road is meant for cyclists, those that are riding bicycles. That's it. Okay, let's still go with me in this journey. Still go with me. You can see a red route there by the right. That is meant for the bus stop, is for the buses that are stopping. You can see the double yellow line On no condition should you park your car on the double yellow line. It is a completely non it's a violation. It's a red flag. You can see. Just imagine how much the UK government must have invested in painting just to give a clear directive to drivers. So, see, you can see parking. You can see the allotted spaces where where cars can park. So you can see we are about getting to a bus stop. You can see they've cordoned off the bus stop for the buses with yellow. You can see the yellow line is condor and is designated for buses that are picking up passengers or dropping passengers, which is quite different from the white ones which cars are parking on. You can see that white dotted lines. You will see we will stop. The bus will check left and right to see that the road is free. We are making another turn. You can still see the double yellow line. You can see the cars don't park there. See where the cars are parked. They must not exit that line. So everything is done in orderliness here. You can see the zigzag. See this zigzag yellow. It tells you that you are close to a school. You can see. So there is a school here. That's why you see keep off. You can see there is a school here. So each time you are about a driver is about approaching a school, you will see a zigzag line, I think at least like 15 to 20 meters before the school, such that you don't run into children that are crossing. You can see the yellow line everywhere. So there is allotted places where you can park and where you can never park under any guise. See, now we've got into another place by the left hand. Can you see that green route? That green route is for cyclists that are riding their bicycles. And you can see the double yellow line. The double yellow line is everywhere. It's both at right and left. That is why you don't just park your vehicles anywhere in the UK except for designated places. Hello? I'm coming. I'll call you back. Let me call you back 1 minute. You can see. At least with all this video, you can see that hardly will you drive for 2 minutes without seeing road painting, road signs. Okay, this is another sign. You see, these signs everywhere. Please, we are appealing to the Nigerian government, the Federal Road Safety Corps, the DG of Road Safety, the LASMA, come up with all of these innovative ideas. Submit it as in form of proposal to the government, probably to the Minister of Transportation. Let us come up with all of these arrows on the floor, directing, giving you an indication that you can either move right or you move left. Everything is done in orderliness here. You can see painting everywhere, and all of this painting, they are not for decoration. They are for direction. They are for warning. That is why driving in the UK, when you drive, you can never get it wrong. Following all of these signs on the road, you can never get it wrong. That is why the rate of accidents in the UK is minimal compared to other countries. You can see, you can drive in UK for 1 year, 2 years without noticing, without having an accident, without having any accident of grade, because there are road signs everywhere, and every driver out there have gotten courtesy. There's something they call driving courtesy. There's so much courtesy. They have courtesy for other road users, the pedestrians. You can see. So like I'm saying, you can see this is a road coming from the left. You can see the line, the double lines. Anyone coming from a side road must not exit the point of the double line and must check left and right before he moves, before he joins the normal. You can see the road A13 west. So if you are going, all the roads are numbered. You can see that sign A13 road. So if you are going towards that road, you just turn left. You don't have to mistake your way for another way and get caught by a last man that is already hiding behind somewhere, or a police that is hiding somewhere. That is one of the challenge with Lagos. There is no description, there are no signs. So the last man and the law enforcement are waiting for you to make mistake on the road, and you are arrested. For what? So where is the love? If the last man, the police, the traffic warden are setting trap for road users, for drivers to make mistake, and they get you arrested, you have to part away with several thousands of naira. See? Okay. You can see there all the roads, like I mentioned, they are numbered. Now I'm going towards Eastham. You can see number. You can see everything bus only. This. Okay, we are approaching a zebra crossing. See this zigzag sign. It means that in another 1 second, there's going to be a zebra crossing. See the yellow line. You must not park on it for any reason. This offside rule, yellow. This thing, you must not be found inside at any point. We are in a bus stop already. This is a bus stop. You will never see any car driving on this bus stop. It's designated bus stop. So see the road. The cars coming at the opposite direction. You can see there's a mark. There's a number on their road, giving them direction on where to go and where not to go. Now we are approaching. A T junction. You can see that car is waiting by that 2 dotted line before it joins the major road. See, look at this car too. It's waiting. It doesn't just collide into us. You can still see the double yellow line. Do you see any cars parked on those double yellow lines? We are approaching zebra crossing. You can see the zigzag before this. So before we get to any zebra crossing, the system would have given you a notification with signs on the road. Can you see those white? Can you see those white signs in between this lane and the other lane? You can see no one is driving on that yellow lane. You are not supposed to drive on it. It's the partition, and it means something as well. It's not just separating the ongoing vehicle from the other, but there is a sign. It tells you that if you are driving on that middle lane, that there is an hazard in front, that the lane merges at the front. So if you are driving on it, it tells you that there is an hazard. You can see the hazard. You can see the yellow. You can see the yellow hazard. And you can see the pedestrian crossing. We have gotten to another stop. I've gotten to another stop again. You can see that we don't have private cars dragging this bus stop, this bus lane with us. You can see where the vehicles are parked. There's no double yellow line, but now there's double yellow line. See, slow down. We are approaching a zebra crossing as well. See the zigzag line that precedes it. The zebra crossing, another zebra crossing. So there's a clear instruction, so you can't make mistake following all these signs and rules. Just say how all their roads are marked with signs up and down. This is a country that invested so much on road signs. Road signs. You can drive at times maybe 1 kilometer on Lagos Road without seeing any single mark. These people invested so much money on instruction, and no wonder why we are having it, why the drivers are enjoying without any accidents, because of all of this road sign. You can see, if you drive, you can see the hazard in front, in the middle, so you are not supposed to drive on that white line. See the hazard there. See, you can see people are not drivers, cars are not on that white line, because the other end of the white line will lead to an hazard. There's an hazard, there's an obstacle in front. They do it in such a way that you can see zebra crossing, zigzag that precedes the zebra crossing. You can see there's road sign everywhere. This sign up and down everywhere. Everywhere you've got sign that tells the driver what to do at every given point in time. Do you think the government, do you think they are fool by investing so much, by spending so much money on painting signs on their road? Because if they spend so much giving painting, they will spend less money on accidents. You can see that offside rule, the driver is not going into it until his exit is free. You can see the cattle is not going into the offside rule until the exit is free. You can see these are bus still going. You can see the yellow, the double yellow, the thick yellow is the end of a road. See the vehicles, you can see sign of a one-way into that street. It's clear, but Nigeria, it will be hidden at the back of one tree. See street, this, see, we are approaching a zebra crossing. See the zigzag that precedes zebra crossing. We've just been stopped by a traffic light. We are moving now. You can see the left, the extreme left is meant for cycle. The green lane. You can see this is one way. There's one way into that street. It's clearly labeled. There's another street towards the left. It's clearly labeled. It's one way. You can see the sign. But Nigeria, they will hide the sign such that you mistakenly find yourself, and the moment you find yourself in there, you get arrested. See another one way into a street. It's clearly labeled. You can see the sign, so you don't get into trouble. But in Nigeria, they make it difficult. They give you a bait, and once you enter, you pay dearly. See sign. This is a country that works. Road signs everywhere, giving direction, giving warning of obstacle ahead. They are spending so much money on signs, hence the reason why they are having less accidents, less people at the orthopedic hospitals. Thank you. Can see all their streets. They are all labeled. There is sign on all their streets. You can see these streets now. You can see those two signs. It means that it's one way. Vehicle can only come out, but vehicles can't go out from it. Here is another street. You can see the blue arrow means vehicles can go into the streets. The 20 under the arrow says the speed limit for that street is 20. And you can see There's another truck underneath the 20 sign, says 7.5 tons. Any vehicles, any truck from 7.5 tons above are not allowed to go into the streets. Nigeria is blessed, I can't lie.